Question 2. How effective is the combination of your ancillary tasks and your main product? Both my ancillary tasks and my main product work effectively as a collective to emphasize the plot of the film and the production of it as well. The trailer combined with a film magazine, front cover, and film poster help provide a sense of professionalism to my product, and it also gives the impression of realism because it feels as though the film is genuinely being advertised towards an audience. The fact that my main product and also my ancillary tasks use the same colour of white and black and also the same font within their respective elements does help link all the products together. The connection and use of the same colour in text and costume design has allowed us to tell audiences that this product is connected to the same idea and genre. It has been done by many box office sensations and films alike, again giving off the impression of professionalism, which also shows how effective the combination of my main product and ancillary tasks. My film poster and film magazine both use elements that help tie into each other and help audiences understand the connections between both products. The first notable connection is the font. In terms of posters, it is the film master title, while for my magazine is a part of the headline or cover line. The font we used was named Against, which my group found on a website called FontMe. Again, aids into the professional standard we wanted, as we used the site to find a slick and polished font suitable for all of our products. The font was used because of its rough and jagged edges, which connects our genre psychological thriller / action. The colour of the font in my film poster is black and in my magazine is red. It helps generate a more cohesive meaning, and it provides us a guideline to what audiences are supposed to be focusing on, which is the title of the film. This is highly effective because not only is it displaying a sense of conformity towards conventions, big sized film title and poster and using the same film font on the magazine, but it's also establishing a connection between the two tasks. It also reflects the nature of the film and the bold plot line and idea we were going for when creating the trailer itself. As far as the combination of film trailer and film magazine front cover go, there are specific elements of both which connect both to each other. Within the film magazine, Precious is wearing a white shirt, and not only does that make her stand out from the dark background, but it also ties in with the fact that she wears a white shirt in the trailer as well. It implies not only her being the only source of innocence within a world full of darkness, a theme attributed with the dark colour correction we used in the trailer, but I see this as one of the main aspects of the trailer, as well as the fact that it makes her blend into the alternate world which Jordan finds herself waking up in, because everybody else is also wearing a white shirt except for the government agent. The pose of Precious as well relates back to the idea of the plot of the film, as it looks as though she's thinking or daydreaming with the gesture of her hand placed lightly on her face and looking away from the camera. And this relates to the fact that it's a psychological thriller, and the main concurrent theme of psychological thrillers is the mind and how the mind affects people in different ways. This in fact links to the actual plot twist of our trailer, which is a common convention of psychological thrillers. Our plot twist was that the alternate world is actually a figment of Jordan's imagination. This is also why I decided to photograph her in an angle that shows some of her side profile. It's as if her character within the film has something to hide. When deciding on the effects of the film magazine, I used a more grunge effect on top of the grey background to create a rough and disheveled look to the magazine, while still remaining a professional aspect to it. This relates to the rough nature of the alternate world and how everyone is against Jordan and doesn't want her to leave, thus creating a relationship between the ancillary task and the main product. The trailer of Confined depicts a highly dark and dismal atmosphere within the environment. This is added on to the fact that our main characters are mostly seen wearing dark colours, and the colour balance of the alternate reality reflecting that tone works simultaneously with the plot of the trailer. The idea that you can't trust anyone, not even yourself, because you find yourself trapped within your own mind. This is shown through the scene where Jordan looks like she's broken a reality, and you can see the fear in her eyes, and it can be heard through her gasp. This element was picked up upon in the ancillary tasks, especially the film poster. The fact that there isn't an actual person on the poster can relate to how audiences may not be able to trust the character because they don't even know what they look like. The feeling of isolation in the trailer is highlighted when Jordan is kidnapped, and this is seen again in the poster with the image of a maze within the mind, because there's nothing in the maze, it's just bare, so there's just kind of sensation of isolation within the poster. And because it's one single brain, that also reflects the idea of isolation as well. Also because your own mind can entrap and hold you hostage, which generates the feeling of pure isolation and helplessness which one would feel if they were kidnapped. Also, the use of blue as a solid background colour of the poster is linked to the blue tint, which reflects the changing worlds in the actual trailer. This can be considered as the most significant aspect of the trailer, especially when the camera tilts from the hospital scene to the train station, which makes the colour actually come into play. The colour blue has connotations of trust, confidence and imagination, all defining personality traits of Jordan, but contrasts to the actual alternate world that she finds herself in. Blue is also the colour of the mind, thus connecting the poster to the trailer, as both display signs of the mind being the cause of problems, which is a general convention psychological thriller movie. The image of the maze within the poster supports the idea of confinement and not finding a way to escape, which is linked to the montage scene in the trailer where Jordan is finding different ways to escape, running through doors, running across roads, running everywhere. Which is also linked back to when the government literally says that she has 72 hours until she becomes stuck in the alternate universe. Other connections in terms of all three products include the fact that the film title is a big size within all three. Though they are in different colours, they all add their effects and generate this idea of confinement being real and being incredibly strong, hence why they're all in bold colours. The presentation of Jordan's character being the symbol of innocence within a dark and cold world can be seen within all three products with the use of the colours, especially white, because white is a symbol of innocence or purity. This is highly effective because it shows that all three aspects of my product are all intertwined together and they all have some connecting themes and colours and formats and styles, which helps audience understand that the film poster is obviously linked to the trailer, but also the film magazine front cover is linked to the trailer and the poster as well.